world rocks so bad. Okay, 3, 2, 1, beep. Okay, it says.
All right. Hopefully we are on and live right now. Oh, yep.
Here we are.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Sunday Night Live. Now, we are missing Melissa tonight. Melissa, we miss you.
We do. We miss you.
We are going to have an amazing Sunday Night Live tonight. If you're watching live or on the replay, you're definitely going to want to stick around because we are talking all things letter I and J in the doTERRA world. And where's my notes here? Okay, there they are. Oh, they were flying all over the place. And you know what? These are casual, oily discussions and they're live. So you never know what you're going to get, you guys. But they are done with you in mind. These are your most requested topics. So, and those of you who are joining at the beginning, we have a special gift for you. Let me share my screen here so you can see it.
I'm excited.
Yes. In fact, I am diffusing this tonight. Oh, wait, where's mine?
I think I'm going to have to diffuse it tonight too.
All right, can everybody see that? This is the Sweet Dreams diffuser blend. It's 2 drops lavender, 2 drops juniper berry, and 2 drops vetiver that will zonk you out, not only allow you to overcome any of the insomnia you're having, but also help you have a sweet sleep that without any of the crazy night things that wake you up, the night anxious feelings, or hopefully if you haven't watched something a little too on edge that keeps you up at night. So this is the diffuser blend for you. If you want to screenshot it, you can. But this is the one you're going to have. This is our gift to you tonight because we're going to be talking about a little bit more about juniper berry as we go on tonight. So I'm going to stop sharing that. And so we want to know, what do you want to most know? Because we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about Immortelle blend tonight that comes in a roller. We're going to talk about this Invigorating scrub. Yes. We're going to talk about InTune, the focus blend that also comes in a roller. We're going to talk about this supplement, IQMega. For kids, we're going to talk about Jasmine, Touch, and Juniper berry. Yay. So we want to know, what do you most want to know about these beauties of the earth? And so you can go ahead and put in your comments below what you most want to know. Hey, Bethany, good to see you on here. Glad you're joining us tonight. But we did poll. Jennifer posted a poll in our private customer support group this week. And we asked our customers, what do you most want to know about these things? And what were some of the top responses? Jennifer, do you have those pulled up?
Yep, I sure do. So you guys should have known that was me with the quiz because I'm always doing something silly and goofy with them. And Melissa was like, oh, I love the question. So yeah, of course that would be me acting. Yes. But so here are some of the things that you guys said were the top things that you want to hear about tonight. So number 1 on the list was, my skin needs help. What can I do? We've definitely got ideas for you there. The next one is, I know someone, totally not me, who is so emotional. What can I do to help them? What helps someone who has bad dreams at night? What can I add, or what can I use as a perfume to set the mood? Hashtag asking for a friend. And then last but not least, I'm really sad that this one was not more popular because I was super proud of this, but look at me focusing. Oh, look, squirrel, shiny object. Only one person said that. So, hey, but that's okay. We're going to touch on it anyway. So those were the ones that kind of came in order. And we would love to know what you guys want to hear more about. So feel free absolutely to comment below. Let us know, and we'll kind of keep tabs on that as we start to go through this tonight. But we're going to kick it off with our number 1, which was, my skin needs help. What can I do? Okay, you guys, in the letter I, we have 2 great ones. Immortelle I know you guys always hear me say that so-and-so is my favorite oil. This one truly is one of my favorites, and I'll tell you why. There's two different reasons, okay? So it's great for our skin. It's also great for us emotionally, and so we're going to talk about that in a minute. Immortelle has frankincense, Hawaiian sandalwood, not Indian sandalwood, but Hawaiian sandalwood, and we're going to talk more about that later too.
Yes.
It's got lavender and myrrh and helichrysum and rose. And so those oils are so good for our skin. Any one of them as a standalone is so good for our skin. But when
I'm just going to put some on now while we're talking.
Okay, you go, girl. Go ahead. I did mine this morning. I'll do it again before I go to bed tonight. Oh, and I made the crack for my face last week, and I've been using that, and I love it. So just FYI, if you guys haven't tried the crack for the face yet, go back to last week, watch that, and make it. And it's a pretty shade of blue. So there we go. But so Immortelle is just so good for the skin. And so you see Amy is literally putting it like in all places, right?
Uh-huh.
Where I love to put it is anywhere that I've got like a skin something going on. Either I've got like a little bit of just a mark on my face or something like that. I'll put it there. I always put it around my eyes, like really the sockets of my eyes, across my forehead, down here on my chin. And then just like Amy did, I just kind of rub it all in, or I'll even go ahead and put on like my hydrating cream or my moisturizer and just kind of rub it all in as I'm putting that on as well. Okay, so it's really, really good for that. If you guys want to, you can actually take it and dilute it down a little bit and make 2 rollers out of it. That's one of our favorite little tricks.
That's what I do.
Any of the pre-made rollers, if you would like for it to last you twice as long, take your roller, dump half of it into another roller, and then fill it up to the top. It doesn't do anything to the potency of it or how it's going to work for you. And we all know that the carrier oil actually helps it to work on our skin even a little bit better, right? So it's not going to hurt anything. It's only going to help.
Because you'll see on your roller, you'll know that this has not been diluted in any way. This does not have a carrier oil in it, even though it's in a roller. So this is just straight oils, straight essential oils. So yeah, I do that too. I cut mine in half. I always save an extra one of these so I can cut it in half too. Yes.
Yeah. And so literally, you guys, what Immortelle is going to help us with, it helps to reduce any kind of scarring we might have, any kind of lines on the face. It's great for you go bump in the middle of the night, end up with a big nasty mark on you. That's a good use for it. And there's even been some use of it because it's got the frankincense in it. And it's got lavender and it's got sandalwood. Those are all really good for the brain. And so it's actually really great to help support cognitive function, as well as nerve function, especially for people that are maybe older and have dealt with some stuff. That's a really, really great use for it. And so, it's one that Jacob has used over the years quite a few times. And I'll talk more about why I love that one emotionally here in just a minute. So.
Yeah, I agree that this one too, I have been using this on the back of my neck over the last couple of days. And even, and it's funny because it came up on my scan recently as I'm starting a new cycle. And I believe because they're so calm, the oils that are in this are so calming, but then also myrrh is very helpful for cramping too. Yeah. And so I've been using this several times, not just on my face, but also on my abdomen and just on the back of my neck too. So it's so funny how when you learn more about your oils, you can use them for more ways than just the way it's marketed, Yeah. So I love the multi-use.
I do too. The more, and that's the nice thing about so many of these is that we absolutely can use them for different things. Like they all have a physical component. They all have an emotional component to them. But Immortelle is one of those because of the oils that are in it that literally you can use it in so many different ways. And so that makes it a really, really great choice. So if you've been on the fence about getting that one, totally try it. Like just trust me, just go with it.
Yes.
All right. So the next on our list to help our skin is the Invigorating Scrub, which I just used today. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. So it is, it's part of the Essential Skincare line. and it's awesome. So it's got the essential oils, grapefruit and peppermint in it. So it's a really good thing to use if you are somebody that showers in the morning and you just want to use it while you're in there. You want to wash your face in the morning. That is a really, really great time to use it because it's going to help to kind of perk you up a little bit and go, oh, okay, let's go get this day started, right? And it leaves your skin feeling so soft. And the reason for that is it really, truly is a scrub. It's got tiny little jojoba beads in it. And so I just love using it. I love the way my skin feels after I've used it. It's awesome. And I will use it. I use it about 2 or 3 times a week. So I'll just sub out sometimes my face wash in the morning, and I'll use this in place of that.
Yeah, I love to. Yeah, because the peppermint and the grapefruit that are in there are just really like pep you up.
Yes.
And so I like it too. I actually sometimes will use the cleanser that is real creamy and foamy, and then I will get just a little bit of a dollop and add that to it just to give some more of the exfoliation, but still kind of have the foaming action too. So yeah, this is not meant to use on the daily. I think it's more meant to use because the exfoliant. It's very gentle. Absolutely. I would say even people who have sensitive skin, this isn't like one of those scrubs. No, it's very gentle exfoliation. Like you can barely feel the kind of the beads. So it's not one that's gonna like scrub you raw. Like I have had some before, like be like that.
But I do love what you said, because I know that we do have some people that that are on pretty frequently that have pretty sensitive skin. So I love what you said about actually putting it with like the foaming face wash or something like that.
Yeah.
Just using it that way as opposed to just using it straight. So that's another really great option for you. But yeah, I've never had an issue with using it. It's been great for my skin. Absolutely love it. And so that's a really good way to go. Okay, so the next one, I'm so excited to talk about this. You guys know I'm the emotions queen, right? So I know someone who is so emotional. How can I help them? One word for you, Immortelle. Okay, so
you've got me wanting to pull out my emotions book.
I've actually got mine sitting right here because I'm gonna read a portion of it. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you guys the story of how Immortelle like truly rocked my world when I first started with oils, and I'm going to tell you that in a minute, but let me tell you a little bit about it first from the emotion side. So we talked about the oils that are in it, and they are oils that are considered to be high vibrational, but then also very grounding, right? And so without getting too weird or off topic or whatever, here's the deal, you guys. We have different types of energy, right? And when we are in a place of we're sad, we're depressed, we don't feel good, we're mad, we're all those things, we are operating at a lower energy level. And what that means is that what we're giving off to other people is not pleasant, and they don't really want to be around us, right? When
we've all been around people, you know, who come into a room and you're like, man, they're bringing me down.
Right. Like, you know, people that you feel like just kind of suck the life right out of you.
Debbie Downer.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Debbie Downer. Who wants to be a Debbie Downer? Not us, right? So by the same token, when we're operating in that, I'm happy, I'm confident, I love what I do, I love the people that I'm around, I have gratitude, I look for, you know, awesome in my day, every day. That puts us at a higher vibration and makes us more appealing, and not the Debbie Downer. Who do you want to be around? The Debbie Downer, or the person that makes you happy and makes you smile and tells you, hey, you look really great today, right? Hey, I'm so thankful you're my friend. That's the person that you want to be around. So what does Immortelle do? It helps us go more that way, okay? And that's a really, really cool thing. So here's the deal. I'm going to read you guys verbatim what it says in the emotions book about Immortelle. But first, I'm going to tell you a story. So as many of you know, when I first got into essential oils, it's because of Amy, right? It's actually because of Vicki Zahan. So Vicki, if you're watching, I will tell you, thank you again for introducing me to Amy Miller. I say it every time I possibly can because it's changed my life. But at the point in time that we got into essential oils, to say that my kiddo was struggling emotionally would be the most massive understatement of the year. And honestly, he almost took his life. And he was struggling with so many things. And I was a single mom who was stressed out beyond belief and would cry at the drop of a hat because I didn't know from one day to the next if when I saw my kiddo, if he was going to be alive or not. It's God's honest truth. I spent about 3 or 4 months living that way. And so when Amy and I first started talking about oils, at that point in time, she had a Zyto scanner that was before the iTovi. And she said, hey, you should do a scan. So I did. And it kind of puts out and tests the biomarkers and like our responses to different oils. And then it helps to pinpoint what we need. And so one of the oil blends on my list was this one, was Immortelle. And Amy and I both looked at it, and keep in mind, I'm not even thinking about the emotional component of oils at that point. And I'm thinking about the physical, and I'm like, why do I literally walked over to Amy and was like, why do I need the anti-aging blend? She goes, you don't need the anti-aging blend. She's like, your face looks great. She goes, let's go get the emotions book and see what it says. And the day that we did this was literally 2 days after I got my son out of a psychiatric hospital because he had almost taken his life. And this is what it said. It said, Immortelle offers grace and comfort when one feels discouraged or distressed. You guys think I was feeling a little discouraged and a lot distressed? Absolutely. This blend can assist individuals in transcending the darkness, pain, and stress of life and offer support in raising the levels of consciousness and preparing individuals for new heights of spiritual transformation. And I'm pretty sure, maybe if you remember, I'm pretty sure we read that and I started bawling. Like, was just like, yeah, this thing scanned my hand, right? I started using Immortelle like 3 or 4 times a day. And I spread it across my forehead, and I was putting it every place I could think of because I was like, I need this in my life. And the oils that are in it are so grounding, but so uplifting at the same time. And I really feel like that was absolutely key to me beginning to go, okay, this has been a really tough situation that we've been in, but we are coming out the other side of it now. And there is hope, and we're going to be able to do this. And, you know, for us, my faith is huge, and God is going to provide a way. And I don't know what that looks like, but I really, truly believe that Immortelle was one of the reasons that happened. And so, yeah, it's my favorite. And yeah, they're all my favorite, but it's my super favorite.
Well, it's like God provided those plants in a bottle for you to be able to be reminded that you could trust him and what he was doing in that situation.
Absolutely.
And that there was hope, and giving you some spiritual insight into all of that. I love that. I love to be reminded of that, of new ways that God continues to provide for our needs with these tools. I love that. Well, so anybody deal with bad dreams at night? Anybody? I don't typically. Do you? Comment below if you deal with bad dreams. Just put a 1 in the comments if you deal with bad dreams at night. I know that when I was growing up, I would have some fears about, you know, the night and darkness, and I remember my mom would pray over me that I would have thoughts that are pure and lovely and noble and of good report, and things that are praiseworthy, that I would be able to think on those things. And now I do that same thing for my boys. I have one boy in particular that he seems to be more sensitive to things that he sees or hears about even. He'll even say out loud, I'm going to have trouble sleeping at night with this. And so I pray over him even more, that God would come and sing over him. And but another tool that we have is juniper berry. It is really helpful at night to help with those nighttime anxious feelings. So if you're just joining us live, you're going to want to go back to the beginning where we shared this amazing nighttime diffuser blend with the juniper berry. But this has really been so impactful when I can sometimes just diffuse it even for all 3 of my boys at night, since they sleep in the same room. If they have seen something or heard about something that, sometimes we can't even shield them from, things that they may hear about that may cause them to have some anxious feelings at night. And so I can try to cut things off at the pass, by diffusing this ahead of time and help them sleep better at night too. So, but you know what is interesting? We've also been using this oil on the lower back of two of my boys this last week as well, and not for nighttime anxious feelings, but for support of their kidneys.
Really?
I love the range of our oils, like how they can help. This oil is so beneficial to supporting kidney and bladder issues. In fact, Chelsea shared that she had attempted several oils for supporting her bladder, and she was using rosemary and melaleuca and oregano and arbor vitae, and nothing was cutting it. And she finally, she actually also did a scan, and juniper berry came up for her, and she did 1 or 2 drops applying it over her bladder area, and everything was better. And she did it a few more times to just make sure everything was clear. And she was so thankful to have this little bottle of the berry. And so I love that. But, even Bridget was sharing about her granddaughter who wasn't sleeping through the night because she had night terrors, and she hadn't dealt with them before until she had these twins and found out that it was running in her husband's family. And I've heard that before, that it can run in families. And so what she does is she actually does a roller bottle blend of wild orange, balance, and juniper berry. She couldn't remember the ratios she used, but you could probably just do like 2 drops each. And she said her granddaughter is now sleeping throughout the night with no night terrors since then. And it's been several days for her. So I love that this oil can be beneficial at night too. Don't you? And I love the aroma of this.
I do too. I have always loved juniper berry, and I love the fact that it's so supportive for the kidneys and things, because, it, like, sometimes, especially with kiddos, right? Like, maybe Zendocrine is not one that they're super excited about using, and maybe they're just going to like the smell of juniper berry better. But I love the smell of putting it with the balance and the wild orange, and it's just good. So good.
Yes. I totally agree. I was going to try to share our video into our group, and it says there's no results for our group.
Oh, well, okay.
Really, it can't find our group. But anyway, so how many of you need something to kind of set the mood in your relationship with your spouse? Maybe you need a little help in that department, or maybe you don't need help in that department, but you just want to have setting the mood. And you can just comment with like your favorite emoji, if it's you or not you, or if it's just your friend that you're asking about. My favorite of all time oils to set the mood is Jasmine. And I love this Jasmine touch. Now, we talked about cutting your roller bottles in half. That would not apply to the touch rollers,
right?
Because the touch rollers are already pre-diluted. You'll see them when you see the ingredients listed, it'll tell you that the first ingredient is fractionated coconut oil. So you don't want to cut this one. This one is already pre-diluted for you. So that means it's ready. Yep. That means it's ready to go. So, and the reason this is, okay, so Jasmine touch, or the Jasmine flower, this actually isn't an essential oil. It's technically an absolute. It means that the petals are so fragile that they can't be steam distilled. It would destroy the petals and destroy the chemical constituents that you're wanting in this. So they actually have to pull it out with an alcohol. Now, it's not the kind of alcohol that you're typically thinking of, like rubbing alcohol or anything, but it's an alcohol that pulls that extract, pulls that absolute out. And so it has this just beautiful floral aroma that is like,
smells so good.
Oh, so, but listen to all the things that this flower can be helpful for. So when you think about flowers, think about how even the petals look, they're like open and ready to receive from the sun, from the rain. This oil can help with ovulation, with fertility, with libido, for balancing out hormones. It's great for even strengthening male sex organs. It's helpful for enlarged prostate glands, labor discomforts, even strengthening contractions during labor. So think about all those different things of how those can play it. So it's not just for putting in the mood, but how you can use it for so many different things too. And so I personally love just wearing it as a perfume on the daily. I have some other oils that I switch out too, but I love putting it on my pulse points. And I will say my husband always notices when I'm putting it on. But also during those times, you could even have this apply, you could apply this yourself or have it applied to you, like on the legs. You could put this lots of places that you can apply this to kind of help set the mood or the tone. And so it's not only beneficial to you, but also your spouse too. So bonus for everyone. It's a win-win for everyone.
And one other thing, if there's anyone out there that is starting to, they're female and starting to get to that age where, you know, all the things start to change and all of that, this actually helps decrease the symptoms of menopause. So there we go.
So like all things fertility.
It smells amazing. I mean, number one, it smells so good, but then it does all this other stuff too. Yeah.
So when I have friends who don't use doTERRA and they use other oils because they're cheaper, because they're only using them to diffuse or just to smell, you guys, breathing it in, why would you breathe in the synthetic fake stuff when you could breathe in this amazing stuff and get all the benefits, all the health benefits?
The amazing bottle of yumminess.
Yes. Oh my goodness. So let's stay focused here.
Come on. As a matter of fact, look what we're going to talk about next.
We're going to talk about staying focused with InTune.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so what's in this blend?
Everything. Let's see. West Indian sandalwood and Hawaiian sandalwood. Oh, look, we got two different types of sandalwood. Did you guys know that? That's kind of interesting. We've got patchouli. We got frankincense. We got lime. We got Roman chamomile, right? And so, Amy, tell us a little bit about sandalwoods.
Yes. Well, how many of you are wondering, after looking at this list, like, why are there two sandalwoods? What's the difference? Why do they need both of them? I thought there was only one sandalwood. Put in the comments below sandalwood or why, if you're wondering the same thing. So I'm a big person who I just am constantly asking questions. So I read that and I was like, why? And by the way, no, there's not just one sandalwood. In fact, most of the oils that doTERRA has, there's not just one species of plant. There's hundreds sometimes of species of plants, and doTERRA seeks out certain species of plants because of their health benefits. So those of you also who may be thinking, oh, well, I also use tea tree, or, oh, I also use peppermint, or I also use fill in the oil. It's probably, well, I know it's not the same.
No.
But it, even down to the type of the species of plant, can make a huge difference in the health benefits. So let me tell you, so the differences in sandalwoods is the ketones. You may be like, what is that?
Wait. What? Ketones? Yes. For the people that are doing keto, did you hear that? Ketones in the sandalwood? What?
Yes. So Hawaiian sandalwood has about 98% ketones, and Indian sandalwood has only about 78%. And doTERRA actually carries both varieties of that, mostly because, you know, one of them is sourced in Hawaii, one is sourced in India, but those in particular have similar health benefits and similar therapeutic properties, but the main differences in those two is kind of their aromas. So because of the ketones, the higher ketones in the Hawaiian sandalwood, it's a little sweeter smelling. But many times the differences in the type of the plant, the species of plant, can be very drastic in its health benefits. These just happen to be not a whole lot different in the health benefits. They're mostly just a difference in aroma. So probably I'm assuming that both of these are in here because they want the sweeter. And then there are a few minor differences with some of the health benefits in them too. So, but very intriguing, right? That it has both of those. Okay. So how do you use this?
So, okay, I have to be honest. In the beginning, it was one of those that I did not love the smell of at all. And
because it's pretty strong aroma.
It is a pretty strong aroma, okay? And it's not a touch. You could dilute that one if you wanted to, especially if you're using it on a smaller kiddo, because it can be a little much maybe in the beginning. But what I have found is that over time, I've really grown to like it. I can't quite say that I love it like I love Jasmine. I wouldn't go that far, but I do really like it. And so the way that we use it, Jacob puts it on his feet in the morning, and then he'll put socks on because he doesn't love the smell of it. I've gotten to the point now though where I don't mind, like I will just put it back here at the nape of the neck. And the reason why is because this is close to the brain, right? We're trying to make the brain work well. But the other place that's great to put it is on the bottoms of the big toes, because that's the direct receptor to the brain. And
that's a good place to put it too if the aroma is a bit much, because the patchouli is pretty strong in there too. So yeah, if you're putting it on the bottoms of your feet and then you're putting socks and shoes on, it's not,
Yeah. And what I have found is that a little goes a long way. So like, it's not one of those I'm going to sit there and go, oh, let me just rub it all over here. Because I did that one day and I still smelled it 24 hours later. Like it was still there. So a little goes a long way, right? But it is really good. And quite honestly, there is nothing, when it comes to focus, there is nothing that helps me more than InTune. There's just not.
Yes. Hey, Debbie, good to see you on here. Hey, now, if you're just joining us live, you're definitely going to want to go back to the beginning after this is over, because we shared an amazing Sweet Dreams diffuser blend for you, so that you can have that to use tonight. But you know what? I have two friends who use this blend regularly for very different ways. I have one friend who uses this. She's a blogger. And she uses this when she says she feels like she needs to get like focused and down to like the writing aspect and really just stay focused on what she's doing. And so she'll put this on the back of her neck. And she said it really helps her for about a 4-hour time frame, where it really helps her stay in the zone. But I have another friend, actually a mutual friend of ours, Kim, who now she admittedly says that she struggles with attention and that she's, claims that she has kind of an ADHD type brain, but she uses this on the back of her neck and it puts her to sleep. In fact, the first time I ever saw her use this, she was like, I feel like I could like take a nap right now. And so she actually has to be careful about when she's using this but now when you think about it, the oils that are in this, the West Indian sandalwood, the patchouli, the frankincense, the Hawaiian sandalwood, the Roman chamomile, and I forgot to even mention the ylang ylang that's also in this. All of those are super calming and soothing.
They are.
So, I mean, all of them really, except for the lime, are very soothing. So, so it makes sense, but she's the only person I've ever had say that, but
that's really funny.
Yes. While we're on the topic of focusing, so So, and we want to hear from you. What oils are you using in your home to help with focus and attention? Or maybe if your kids are doing homework time or study time, what do you use in your home to kind of stay focused? One other tool that we're going to talk about tonight for helping with this, and you may have not thought about this, it is not an essential oil. It's a supplement. It's a fish oil. IQMega. This is the kids omega-3 supplement. Now, this is formulated for kids, but I do know some adults who take this as well, who prefer, not to take a capsule because this is in a liquid form that you just.
I've actually scanned for it before. So adults can scan for it too. And it's really funny to me when that happens. But I mean, I've used it and it's done great. So
yeah. So this is marine and plant-based omega-3s, so for like cod, haddock, then it's also from sunflower seed oil. And then it also does have wild orange essential oil in it to kind of cut the fish taste. Now, I know some kids will take this straight off the spoon, like my boys do. I have some families who say our kids do better with, I'm dropping it here.
Mine doesn't.
Our kids do better if we like put it in a smoothie or put it in applesauce or yogurt or something. So it really just depends on your kids. But I will say, I have been a huge proponent of omega-3s and quality sourcing of omega-3s because it's hard to find quality sourcing for omega-3s as well. But I've been a huge proponent of this long before I found doTERRA because I had studied myself about omega-3 supplements and its impact on focus and attention and cardiovascular health and lots of different ways to benefit us. In fact, I came across Dr. Axe was just sharing recently. He was sharing, what was it? He said there was a study from 10 different clinical trials that were looking at omega-3's effects on children and teens. And several of those studies encompassed like over 500 young people. And they were looking at whether or not omega-3 supplements improved those attention deficiencies. And what they found was that in each of the first 7 studies, they were all given these. They saw dramatic decreases in the hyperactivity and inattention, and when compared to the children who were given a placebo. And also they showed improvement in just cognitive function. And so now you don't just need to take omega-3s as a supplement. You also want to be getting it in your foods. And so ways to get those in your foods are also with quality wild fish. You can get them from plant sources as well. If you don't eat meats, you can get them from chia seeds, flax seeds, hemp seeds. Those are a quick and easy thing to add to smoothies. But your IQMega is huge at helping. And I've seen in my own kids, especially my oldest, who struggles with attention and focus at times, this I can tell when we're not taking this regularly or if we've gotten off schedule or something, he struggles a lot greater with focus and given tasks and things like that and remembering what he's doing and those kinds of things. So, so if you're wondering how to help your child or help yourself staying focused, you want to get more omega-3s in your diet. Yeah. So
good.
All the I's and J's. Can you believe it? Okay. So next week, you're going to want to join us because we're going to be talking about how to get your mojo back. We're going to be talking about help for those of you who are klutzes in the kitchen. Not going to mention any names. Or if those of you who are dealing with chapped lips, a whole lot more. Okay. It's going to be brought to you by the letter L. L.
And the other L. Do your other hand. Your right hand. There you go. Because the right hand looks right on. No, the right hand looks right. That's your left, right? There we go. That's the one.
Okay.
I was like, wait, no, your other right.
Oh, this.
And we're live, you guys. This is what happens when we're live.
And tonight I was welcoming you from Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. And Jennifer is back in Sweet Home, Houston, not Alabama. Houston. And I'm just going to give a little quick plug for the fact that give a quick little buzz that our fifth wheel is going to be going for sale. No, we're not stopping traveling. More to come on that. But if you are interested in finding out more about that, message me. And we'll be putting out a video soon that gives a walkthrough and more information about how you can get your hands on this will be an awesome tool to be going around the country, taking on a road trip for the summer.
And it's already named the Wild Orange. You guys, like, come on, it's wheel themed. You can't go wrong.
You got to bring the Wild Orange into your life. So if that's for you, reach out to me and we'll get connected or share this with somebody. Okay, so we love you guys. Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you guys back here next week. Bye-bye.